John chapter 2. Now on the third day there was a marriage in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. And Jesus and his disciples were also invited to the marriage feast. And when there was a shortage of wine, Jesus' mother said to him, "They have no wine." Jesus said to her, "Woman, what do you desire to have me do? My time has not yet come." Then his mother said to the servants, "Whatever he says to you, do." Now there were 6 water vessels of stone standing there, in accordance with the traditional purification of the Jews, each one having a capacity of 2 or 3 firkins. Jesus said to them, "Fill the water vessels with water." And they filled them to the brim. Then he said to them, "Now draw some out and bring it to the master of the feast." And they brought it to him. Now when the master of the feast tasted the water that had become wine, not knowing from where it had come, but the servants who had drawn the water knew, the master of the feast called the bridegroom and said to him, "Every man serves the good wine first, and when the guests have drunk freely, then he serves the inferior wine. But you have kept the good wine until now." This beginning of the miracles that Jesus did took place in Cana of Galilee and revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. After this he went down to Capernaum, he and his mother and his brothers and his disciples, and they remained there not many days. Now the Passover of the Jews was near, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. And he found in the temple those who were selling oxen and sheep and doves, and the money exchangers sitting there. And after making a scourge of cords, he drove them all out of the temple, with both the sheep and the oxen. And he poured out the coins of the money exchangers and overturned the tables. And to those who were selling the doves he said, "Take these things out of here. Do not make my Father's house a house of merchandise." Then his disciples remembered that it was written, "The zeal of your house has eaten me up." As a result, the Jews answered and said to him, "What sign do you show to us, seeing that you do these things?" Jesus answered and said to them, "Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up." Then the Jews said, "This temple was 46 years in building, and you will raise it up in 3 days?" But he spoke concerning the temple of his body. Therefore, when he was raised from the dead, his disciples remembered that he had said this to them, and they believed the Scriptures and the word that Jesus had spoken. Now when he was in Jerusalem at the Passover during the feast, many believed on his name as they observed the miracles that he was doing. But Jesus did not entrust himself to them, because he knew all men. And he did not need anyone to testify concerning man, for he himself knew what was in man.